And we are back. You got a heart container.
I wonder what we do with this thing.
Do you use the sword to do the light thing and then make it do a spin span?
And Fi is gonna dance all over the sea.
Yeah. She's gonna do a sea dance.
Don't know why the flame was located on a pirate ship, but alright. Kind of inconvenient.
I'm not entirely sure either.
Don't know how this got here, or who designed this, or who let the ship break in half, but alright.
Uh-oh. There it goes. Oh my goodness, there's a fire on the ship. We need to leave immediately. Oh, never mind. Just get hit by all the balls.
You'd think there would be a big dragon here protecting it like the other flame.
Yeah. He does a squint.
It's like, what? Oh, shit.
Oh no! Spirit bomb. Wow.
Nice reflexes.
These are awfully aggressive with the way that they do these flames, huh?
Kind of like it. It's like, that's a lot of power, and Fi's like, I can barely contain it.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready.
It looks problematic, the way that they go about these things. Oh, look at that. It's got no design. They're very angular, intertwined.
It's going to change again.
Almost Celtic style.
Yeah.
With the way that they go with the hard angles and everything. Ooh. The flames of Nayru have transformed your blade, expanding Fi's powers. She can now help... Oh. She can now help you do stuff. Ooh.
I have more of those. You never really need that many in the game.
Just as you ran out of space.
Yeah. It's probably possible to run out of dowsing spots. I don't even remember ever really using it that much.
We can certainly find out.
Because you can try and locate certain bugs or items. Yeah, it's okay for that.
Oh, my hand. Does it have the second Triforce spot on it?
Nah, it's tendinitis. That's weird.
Glowing tattoo. I don't remember getting that. Yes, Fi?
You gonna tell me?
That was kind of like a weird pause. With your sword enhanced, we can learn a new melody. I recommend we return to the Isle of Songs. Okay, that's right. That's all good and dandy. Thank you for thank you for getting me back to me ship.
Sorry it broke in half.
It may have been half wrecked, but me crew and I got it shaped out up to almost proper working order in no time.
Really? I'll come back then.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. I wish ye good luck in finding whomever it is you're looking for. Weep.
Okay, just make sure you don't hit that big gem on the top, otherwise you guys can get trapped in again.
They shoot and they all die. You come back and they've been eviscerated.
Hey boss, what happens when I hit this thing? Don't do it!
Hey, I found a button that says do not prep. They just go back in time.
Just as the wave of time starts flooding over, no!
No, this be not the best.
You see the captain wheeling as fast as he can back to his boat to where it's safe, but just makes it right outside of it forever. One hand is been brought to life, and that's all that's left.
Come visit again. You're welcome anytime. Weep.
Link comes back and the ship's down in 4 pieces.
Yeah. What the fuck happened? The whole desert's dead. Oh wow, it's cool that he brought you back here. So he's saying come back again. The ship will be back in one order, although it does look like it's in order already.
It does look like that.
Yeah, it looks like we don't have to come back again. They already did it.
There's a thing.
But that could be something we do at a later time.
There's literally a thing here, but why have I not been able to do the thing yet? You don't know about the thing, but I know about the thing.
There's hook shot spots. There's climbing spots. Is there an arrow spot somewhere that we can...
No.
That's a hook shot.
Well, I can't do this.
Or a grappling hook, dual hook, whatever it's called.
Down I go.
It just brought you on the inside? On the inside. Yarr. Oh, fuck no. We have an infestation on the board.
Jesus.
Oh, everybody hit the poop deck.
Christ.
You stay alive. Tell the others not to come. How many messages does it take?
The holy bug to get out of my ship.
The holy speed today?
Oh, Jesus.
They are arachnids after all. Whee! Yeah, everything came from the sky. Everything has a spot it landed through. Maybe it doesn't have a crater around it because it didn't fall from that high up. No, there's also a Breath of the Wild 2 theory that the Sky Islands always existed, but they just came into vision, much like the sky here has kind of almost like an area of protection around it where you can't see the sky, even though there's fucking islands all the way through it. There's a theory that that's also going to come into play.
Yep.
Which would make sense because, one, it was the last game before Breath of the Wild, right?
Yep. There's also
and two,
a character in that game.
They remastered it before Breath of the Wild, so it seems like there would be an indicator.
As soon as I saw that opening for Breath of the Wild 2, it's just like, oh, cool, they're bringing back the Sky Islands. They're going to do a thing with Skyward Sword. That makes sense. Past, present, future.
I would like if they do something different, but at the same time...
Oh, no, it'll be different.
No, I know it will. I'm just saying, like, I hope they don't stick close to their guns here. I hope they venture out. And I know they will. I just hope they do it aggressively, you know? Because we can't get Breath of the Wild 2 just being Breath of the Wild 1 with new shit. It needs to be its own entity.
Yeah, I think that's why they're doing the ARM thing. And yeah, they need to do more with it. But that's also why it's going to take longer. Because it's like, oh, why is it going to take so long?
And I'm absolutely fine with that.
They're doing, like... They're gonna have the original map and probably like top bot. Like maybe there will be a bottom one and maybe there'll be a top one. Maybe it's just gonna be fucking massive.
I hope they use the aspect of the map that already exists to be something that has been changed or altered, but also expanded upon, and not just that. Because obviously the big thing was exploration. In any Zelda game, exploration has been the key motive.
I'm sure it's going to be more story focused too than like the previous one, which was kind of like,
almost like a proof of concept, maybe, right?
I don't even know if the
open
first
world Zelda.
Yeah, it's kind of a proof of concept, but also just like the original story is like there's not really anyone to interact with except for like a couple of key points. Whereas like this one, like there's society and there's like things that are changing. Like, there is some stuff.
I found it to be a lot, although the world was so large.
Yeah.
It wasn't filled with filler NPCs. Almost everyone had either lore to drop or a quest line that made importance to the world.
For sure.
I find anyway. Because we played it separately, so
it was a different type of storytelling for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Fuck yeah.
It was more along the lines of like a Hollow Knight or a Dark Souls, where like exposition was there, but you kind of have to seek it out a little bit.
Yeah. Oh god, the puppets are beneath us now.
Now there's two puppets. Why would they put that right there?
Link is like, please, no. They're getting closer.
Oh god.
Master Link, I have important information.
I doubt it.
When you struck the crest with the Skyward Strike from your sword, a message from the goddess awakened deep within my memory.
I had a feeling.
The goddess intended this message for you, Master. These are her words. Let me dance them out for you. Interpretively. He who seeks the sacred blade, listen well, for I am the one guiding you from my place at the edge of time. Very Marvel. At the edge of time. I get it. Which one came first? Yeah, I get it. The last of the sacred flame still eludes you. To obtain it, you must claim another sacred gift. To each trial you overcome, you shall be blessed with another gift.
Yeah, what came first, the cuckoo or the cuckoo egg?
It's almost like time came first, and I was just using it as a narrative point. Weird. Make use of the powers of these gifts, and you will certainly find the path to the sacred flames. Now I bestow upon unto you another melody, that it serve as a key to unlock the final trial. It awaits you upon Eldin Volcano. Oh, I thought she was going to do the puppet mouth. The terrifying puppet mouth. Well, this one's a little bit more of a lively jig.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're not playing that on the harp.
No.
That sounds more of like a violin type of sound.
Or a viola or something.
Something with a bow, or like a reeded bow or whatever it is. Not individually plucked, but more of kind of like a violin. I don't know what the difference would be, but you know what
I don't
I'm
really
saying.
remember. I wasn't a string instrument player, but I think violas are smaller versions of violins. I mean, obviously you have cellos and bass.
I don't mean a plucked version of like an instrument.
Like
more as like something that has something that drives across it to create like a longer tone.
Oh yeah, I mean
like
bass.
A violin has the bow.
Yeah, I believe it's called a bow if I remember.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas this has like a pluck, almost like a bass.
Well,
that makes like a boom, or that makes like a boom sound. Whereas the other ones are a kind of like a violin, as you're striking across it in a long form?
It depends. Upright basses can be plucked or use a bow.
Absolutely. I was using the most basic versions of it. Yeah.
There's different, like an electric bass. Yeah, you can't use a bow on it. At least I don't think they've ever.
Power.
I don't think they've.
Why wouldn't you? It's all based off of vibration, right?
I think you can. I just don't think it's common because electric bass is almost always plucked, but whereas an upright bass, which are those huge wooden ones for people that need a visual.
Gotcha.
That's where you can use a bow to get a different sound. If I'm remembering right. Now there could be someone in there's well, actually it's
I'm pretty sure you can use it for both, but traditionally it might be different. Yeah.
It depends on the types. If you're in a jazz ensemble, you're probably just gonna be plucking the bass. Whereas if
you'd
you're
be slapping the bass.
Or slapping, yeah. But if you're in a...
It might be hard for the big one like that.
It might be hard for the big one, but if you're in a...
plucking electrical cords.
If you're more in a wind ensemble and do more orchestrated music,
seems like you would have a bow.
You're going to usually use a bow because you're not going for those fat rhythm.
I've seen people who do violins and they use the bow, but they also do a pluck every now and then to get those quick plucks of the strings.
It gives you a different sound completely. So you don't want to pluck too hard, I imagine, on a violin because they're so tight. But you also, like I said, I was a trumpet player. Well, I didn't say that.
A reed instrument.
I didn't play.
As it is known for Samuel.
Well, it's actually you don't use reed instruments. That's for saxophones and clarinets.
Is it reed? Oh no, I'm sorry. Trumpet is brass.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That was dumb of me.
So trumpet players, trombones use a mouthpiece, and so do clarinet players, but clarinet,
there's a difference between brass and reed instruments for the mouthpieces.
Our friend Danielle played reed instruments. So
yeah, that was dumb of me. I was completely wrong there.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to clarify.
No, absolutely. Thank you for doing that.
The difference between a tuba, a sousaphone, a trumpet, and a flugelhorn are pretty similar because they're all usually about 3 pedals or 3 things to push, and they all work on the same they're treble clef versus bass clef.
Okay.
So they're the S symbol versus the C symbol you see on sheet note music.
If you can read music, yeah.
Yeah, if you can read
Sure,
music.
if you can read music, that makes sense.
Yeah. Whereas a trombone player will still use a mouthpiece, but because of the way the instrument is and because it doesn't use valves in order to create the sound and change the tone, it uses
length, right?
It uses length and you change the position of it. It reads, I believe, if I remember right, bass clef, which is that little C shape that you'll see in music.
Doesn't one use I'm probably going to get this a lot terminologically wrong. Doesn't one use the velocity of air, whereas one uses... It might be different, because one uses how much you're almost pinching the air and pushing it to make the sound, whereas one has a length so that the tone goes through in a different... Something to that effect, right?
It does change it. That is kind of the most basic way to think about it.
Yeah, and I don't know. That's my form of knowledge of it. The most basic way.
Of the trombones, I forget the name of
because don't they slide?
Yeah, they slide it.
Yeah.
So they slide it in order to get the note that they want. Whereas trumpet players tend to press the valves, but even on
strings use a thickness of length that causes a different tone. Yeah.
Even on the trumpet itself, though, you do have a similar thing that's basically can push and pull, and that will change the tone because depending on how warm the instrument or how cool the instrument is going to change the tone of it. So occasionally you'll have to make adjustments on your different parts of the instrument in order to get the tone correct. And there's there's different things.
In the end, sound is just the vibration of air, and you're actuating that. We have arrived at Eldin Volcano. You can use your dowsing ability to locate the gate of the trial. You must pass this trial in order to locate the sacred flame. Yes, we get it. For the 3rd time.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, what up, buddy? This is a different one. This is the first one, Gorko.
Oh, hey, we meet again. Oh, it's this guy.
It's the very first Goron I believe we've met.
Oh, hey, we meet again. How you been, bud?
Which is kind of funny for me, at least in the Zelda lore. I'm not the most privy to it, but I'm used to the Gorons, and they're all the way back here in the timeline. Like,
Yeah, which is funny because the Zoras haven't evolved yet, and they're still like their squid-like forms.
Or the bird people, and I don't remember a lot of their names. They were much later in the
Rito.
And yeah. I was like, wow, okay, cool.
The funny thing about the Zelda games is some people will like get very granular about the different like versions and variations of the Zora people, but sometimes you just got to realize like they changed the art style as time went on. Some of them are deliberate like this where they haven't evolved yet, and in Wind Waker as well.
Or they evolved much earlier in the timeline, and this is kind of where they stuck.
Exactly. So it's like sometimes you just got to...
Not that they haven't evolved. They have evolved. It's just way earlier in it. And then we see less of an evolution.
I think sometimes people forget that it's called the legend. So like this is a retelling.
I think that's a good idea.
You gotta
of how
give
you think
a
about
little
it.
bit of like leeway and artistic license for like sometimes they're gonna.
This is the story of the thing that happens, so there's gonna be
some discrepancies.
Yeah, discrepancies and stuff.
Just like all legends.
Yeah.
I rumbled over here because I heard someone had spotted some gas cubes in the area, but I already found some. But I had a feeling there are some other hidden ones away around here.
Tight.
You might think of be searching for them yourselves when you get this time.
This big lug thinks that there's fucking crystals and cubes around here. Master, I have information for you. With the enhanced capabilities of a sword, you're now able to use the dowsing ability to find goddess cubes. Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
That's cool that they do that.
Useful.
So they let you search first, but then after they're like, oh, hey, we're getting along in the story.
Because this is like...
We're going to make it able to be found.
This is the second to last big dungeon.
This feels like 2/3 through. Is it a little further?
I think it's...
This feels like 2/3 through.
A little over 2/3.
You tend to underestimate game length.
I'd say it's about 2/3. Yeah,
Okay.
like it's like it's right around. That's either a little before or a little after, but it's in that
technically it's
idea.
5% before then. It's like, just fucking. Is it 33rd or 66%?
Yeah.
Like, which one is it?
The only reason why it's like in
Or
terms
50.
of like the content of the game, like in terms of just story,
New stuff and story.
there's not a ton of
Gotcha.
big dungeons left, but there's a ton of stories like stuff where like, oh, there's side quests you can do, and you can go upgrade your equipment, which
You've already done a lot of. Are you gonna do more
I can go with.
between sessions? Because this is the end of our session for today.
Yeah, I was hoping there's a thing that you can unlock.
Okay.
That's
you don't
like-
want to spoil anything. Gotcha.
But I don't want to spoil anything, but it allows you to get the best shield in the game.
And this is the second best?
This is the
goddess
second
one?
best.
Okay.
And I was like, wait a minute.
Do you want to work towards it off camera?
I need to look up and figure out why, because I thought we were supposed to just see that character in the last area that we were at.
Gotcha. And you're trying to keep it under wraps?
I'm trying to keep it under wraps.
I get
but
you.
It's just
Yeah.
like,
God,
wait
those
a minute.
boosters are so good.
I thought he
God
was.
damn.
I thought he was here and he's not. I'm like, wait a minute, then how do I unlock this guy?
Okay. Well, we can
So-
figure it out, and if you want to do it on camera, we can shoot one more. If you don't want to do it on camera and it's not important, we can gather it in the meantime.
We'll probably.
We'll figure it out. I'll be available in case you want to record some more. So yeah, we'll see y'all later next time.
Like, share, and subscribe, everybody. Seriously.
Yeah,
we
smash that
appreciate
fucking
it.
like button. Please comment, please.
Yeah, even if it's just like Link is cool or Sam is dumb. I don't care. If you write Sam is dumb, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. Just
No,
because
you won't. You've been really busy lately.
I've been really
I'll
busy.
give it a thumbs up.
We'll give it a thumbs up just because you actually stayed till the end of the video and heard me say, can I type in the comments, Sam is dumb? Winky face.
We'll see you guys later. Love you. Stay safe. Have a good fucking weekend. If this is, this is probably Sunday, honestly. So I hope you had a good weekend. And if you're watching it later, I hope you had a good everything. Wow, 300 rupees.
I'll take that.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later. Beep, bop, boo.
Okay, Gondo. I should be able to have...
Lots of scrapper stuff we're going through. Do we have to repair anything? Because you've been only using the shield that gets repaired on its own,
I
right?
should have enough to just...
That looks tight.
I
The
might
iron
need
bow
more.
versus the wooden bow?
Tumbleweeds. I can probably buy an arrow
There's farming
back
and stuff
now,
we can
too.
do, yeah.
I mean,